Hello everybody, Dominomial here, and welcome back to another episode of Ghost Trick. I thought it was going to be the finale for like 4 episodes in a row now. It's just going. I'm all here for it though. Last episode was a long one where we helped Lynn escape from rising water. In a kind of a tense escape sequence. And we learned a lot of lore from the criminal from 10 years ago who looks like Sizzle, or what we called Sizzle. And we realized that we probably aren't Sizzle or that guy, but something else. So, what we are, I have no idea. What if it's the fucking cat from the beginning of the game? What if we were just a cat this whole time? I mean, that cat clearly had importance because they showed it on camera. Whatever. That's just a joke idea. I'm sure it's something else. It looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube.
When it comes to missiles, you can count on me!
I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. Yeah, so now we're going to find Detective Jowd a la torpedo. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck! Okay, what do I do? How's it going there? I'm just calculating the command room's coordinates now. I have to put in a slight offset, though. Don't want to blow it up. I'm sure Detective Jowd would appreciate that. Well, leave it to me. Good luck with loading the missile. Oh, okay, thanks. Okay, well, trick? Switch won't budge. Huh. Well, I know what you're implying. With missile, do something, please.
What will happen to these 2 ladies? I think
that's up to us and our powers.
What?
This is no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength missile?
Me? Of course I will! Count on it!
Okay. So let's swap the switches. And then... Yes. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end, too. But something's odd. What is it? The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened. That's not a good sign. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Right, okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. Okay. Okay. So, let's go in. I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head toward the command room where Detective Jowd is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, come on, missile.
Huh.
Missile?
I sorry. I can't go.
What?
I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camellia behind. I can't do it.
Missile.
I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sizzle.
I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. I want you to go, Missile.
What? But Miss Lynn!
You staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sizzle, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope.
But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again! Never ever again! Even I can understand that! I couldn't stand that!
Don't worry, Missile.
Miss Camellia?
I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry.
Miss Camellia!
That's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw the switch. We're ready. Sizzle? Yes? We never found out who you really were. But that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. But we're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right. We promise, little lady.
Of course we will!
I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes then. Good luck, friend! Holy shit! Oh no, we're gonna get a bittersweet ending after this. Oh no! Oh. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Oh my god, what's happening? What? Detective Jowd?
I bet that big masked man did this. I'm going to bite him.
You better not. You might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man is going to do.
Let's talk to Detective Jowd.
Fair point. Okay. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Sizzle? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How is Camellia? And what about Lynn? So I just noticed in the past 5 minutes that I've been saying Camilla's name incorrectly, and there's not an I there. I misread the name this whole entire LP. I'm not gonna change it. How is Camellia? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine Yanoa. So the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You? You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you Yomiel? So, you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yomiel. That's right. But those people on the Yanoa were calling you Sizzle. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go on ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. About Yomiel. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you?
Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian!
Yes, we know, Sizzle. You're always the top Pomeranian. You're the top dog. Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government.
It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about.
To me, that just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I ever had to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. 10 years ago. Okay, Temsic hit ya. Okay. My soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described is exactly right. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of despair and loneliness. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. Oh, damn. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them. But what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they help me with my revenge plot. And the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth? A new beginning, huh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. And finally, I wanted to die, surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Temsic was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this? None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal Temsic, a hunk of Temsic meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanella and the old pigeon guy, yeah. At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then, they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance? Huh. It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsic meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsic meteorite. So that's it, huh? So the upshot of your grand deal was this, huh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now?
But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camellia we'd save them.
Oh god, my voice is slowly starting to die, guys. My voice is just slowly fading away into nothing. I'm so close, yet so far away from the end of the game. I want to finish the game in this session, but I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to just do like an odd 15-minute episode at the end and attach it to the last episode or something. Wait. Okay. That's what he said. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. It's rewind time. So, where are we headed? We are not headed anywhere, Detective. What? There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination. But what are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too! By the way, I am not human, Detective. Well, of course, you look like fucking Spamton. I am a remote-controlled robot, Detective. What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, Detective. Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? There's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective. Possibility? What are you talking about? There's no need for you to know, Detective. Now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Camellia, forgive me. It seems simple enough. It isn't over yet.
It isn't?
Remember what the big masked man said? Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. I mean, this seems simple, right? Huh?
What is it, Detective?
Look at Yomio's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsik fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? Like... Oh, what? Don't fucking tell me! Of course, we're not gonna fucking investigate that last part. We're just gonna go straight into this 4 minutes. I figured it out now. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is that they are afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of... No way! No fucking way! That means if we undo his death, everything that happened in this game won't happen. But everybody will forget about us. No! No! No, that's not the ending they're going to write, is it? Fuck me. His body cycled between moments that separated his life and death. Right. But not anymore. The Temsic fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So, let's see. That means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death. But
wait a minute! Exactly when is that death?
That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move. Just like Lynn. Oh my god, this game! This game, what the fuck? I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever. Then I saw the final death at the end of this long night. I accidentally tapped the S button, or the down button. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all of the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. Oh, shit. This has already been going for a half hour, but I can't stop now. I can't stop now. You know how I said I just can't stop now? I'm gonna stop now. This is a good place to stop if the game is asking. I guess next episode will be the finale, depending on how it goes. Holy shit. See you guys next episode. This is gonna be a long session for me. This is gonna be like a 3.5 hour recording session, isn't it? Fuck me. I guess this is a good way to end Thanksgiving Day. Well, see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.